Alright guys and gals, we're going to put these struts on today. Recyclables. One thing I want to mention, that's why I'm putting this first. When you're changing these preloaded struts, never ever remove the center nut. When you're taking these out of the car, you just take out the two outer bolts. This center nut is what holds the preload on this spring, and if you take this nut out, this spring will violently expand, hurting you, making stuff fly, pinching you, killing you, who knows what, but a lot of energy will be released. So again, I caution you to never remove this if you're doing preloaded struts. Alright guys, before we get started, I just wanted to throw that out there. The Envoy's all set to get these struts on. Okay guys, I'm going to start a new episode on this Envoy, and we're going to call it the Changing the Front Struts. Now I've already got this stuff all disconnected because I'm working on the brakes and rotors and hubs, but I've already tried it. I've already cracked the nuts. Underneath your hood here you'll find two 18mm cat bolts on the top of your strut. Both sides. I got them both off. I had to use a wobble, but they fit. And luckily they were kind of greasy, so they come right off. So that's 18mm. And down here on this big knuckle on the bottom of the strut, I actually found that that's a 15/16 perfectly. So that's what fit on there. Now I'm not going to try to take this sway bar off yet, because I don't think I need to, because the other wheel isn't on the ground putting any force on this. So they're both hanging. I put my scissors jack from the van under this end of the knuckle here, and let's see if we can get this thing apart. On my guesstimation, with a little bit of the weight taken off of this spindle, that should be just holding that barely compressed. I did leave the bolts in the top, but I don't want anything flying. I got this 15/16 on here, which it actually has an Allen screw in the end of the stud that it's on. I think to keep that from spinning if necessary. But if this is just 3 bolts on each one of these, 3 nuts, it'll be wonderful. Let's see. I think that's kind of a... I gotta get a bigger hammer or something. Alright, hold on. Alright, I got ahead of you a little bit here. That is a tapered shaft, just like on a steering gear or a ball joint or whatever. I just gave it a couple of shots from the bottom. And I'm going to try to let the pressure off this. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of pressure on this, but we'll soon find out. Take the nut the rest of the way off. Nope, nothing. Alright, so that's the only nuts you got to take off. I'm going to go take the nuts off on the top and see if I can drop that out. I'm gonna drive that back on a little bit. Put the nut just to catch it. When I take the top nuts off, she don't go flying. Alright, well there's those nuts I was telling you about. These ones are hid down in there a little bit. Got this jacked up so high I got to stand on something to get to it. I'm guessing new nuts come with the struts, but this is a gravy job, guys, if you get these pre-assembled struts. Yeah, it's just kind of greasy up in there. That's all there is to that. They come right out. I got a feeling this little son of a gun's going to be a little bit heavy. Danny? I'm just joking about it. Get out there. All right. One strut out. The only other thing I gotta do is I gotta knock this apart. Put a chisel in there to get the old strut off. Alright, we'll see what size nut that is. Get my handy dandy Batavia wind here again. Howling in the distance. It's bigger than 15. About a 17. Hey! Why do they make everything 18, which is the size that nobody puts in their socket sets, huh? Why is nut. Help me punch this out. Good old 3/4 pound hammer here. They said drive a cold chisel in here and I'll sucker it apart. Of course I can't get right under it. Why do they do that? Huh? Why oh why? They do that. Just coming loose. Look at that. Alright, you seeing that? Right here, this here is some useless information. Useful information, excuse me. That bolt goes into a notch in there. I'll show you as soon as I get this sucker out. That can't slide off, see? So when you put that bolt through, it's just like a pin. Well, that was easy. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to save my nut bolt. I got the struts are coming tomorrow. Alright, well, the other one does the same thing, so I'm not going to show you that. I'll show you the installation when I get it tomorrow, though. Cool. You guys missed me wrapping on that other one into the car. This is still on there tight. I just loosened the nut. So it's a tapered shaft. What you do? Wrapping on it. Of course, this one's going to be difficult. There it goes. That's how you get a tapered shaft off on your ball joints or anything. You don't have to hit it super hard, but just keep wrapping at it and she'll come out for you. And, obviously this guy's ready to go. He's having trouble clearing that strut. But I'm blasted by anything somehow. Can I turn it? Well, maybe I do need to loosen that guy to come off. The other side come right out though. What the hell? What's going on with that? Alright, well that's no big deal. I just gotta release a nut here so I can get that out. Maybe I can just... Alright, so here we go. Let me check that you're running. Yeah. This is the bottom leg thing you saw me take off when we pulled these struts out. It's got the pin in here. I don't know why that's got a cross bolt hole, but I'm going to put these on, but I'm not going to tighten them because I need to get the top two bolts in the hole. See, he fits right on there. You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now. I was going to say maybe I should put a little lube on that. But I'm going to put these at just about a 90-degree angle to start with. Put my bolt in there. And these nuts on the top, I found out, are different than the ones I took off. We'll just put back on whatever they send. Again, reiterate, do not loosen this center bolt at all, ever. That holds the whole thing together and parts would fly. Giving you a real bad day. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get this guy out of the way. Alright, he is out of the way. Now, I gotta pop the hood, because it's already popped. I'm just gonna show you one of these. I'm gonna put my nuts right up here. Clean the mounting surface off a little bit up here. I think the torque specs on these is tight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn that spindle out of the way. Alright. Alright, that fell off. Whatever that was. This is the bottom nut. So, here, get this guy up in here again. Up in the top shock tower where we took that off, there's two holes. I can see them from here. Actually, I could probably almost start the nuts. They're a little heavy, but not too bad. Let's see if that guy went right in. Oh, I'm in trouble. I need to push down on this a little bit. The strut's a little bit longer than the other one. Alright, I got it started up on my knot right there. Now, see, I haven't tightened that joint yet. So I'm going to thump that on with my hammer. If I can find it. I got a 3 or 4 pound persuader. I'm not sure how heavy it is, but I'm just driving this on the bottom now. Push this down. Come on, baby, get on there. I just can't get it up over the hump here. Nothing's holding the other side up either. I need a long bar. Everybody eats a bar once in a while. You could do this with the rotors on, no problem. Let me see what I got here, guys. I just need to pry this spindle downward somehow, or pry this upward. I can't do that. Ding up the paint, boy. I want to try to pry this. There we go. There we go. Right on. Alright. Well, that wasn't too hard. That's pretty much all there is to putting these in, other than tightening all the bolts, guys. 15/16 on the bottom. A couple of 15s on the top. I don't think this one's too much rocket science. I don't think I'm going to tighten the bottom one. Let me lay down here. You'll see the nuts right down in there. Now I gotta get something to stand on here. Yesterday, what did I stand on? There's a bucket. You know, you could be doing this with a, oops, you could be doing this with an impact or something if you wanted to. These are upset thread bolts. Nuts. I thought they were a little tight to fit on, which is okay. You won't vibrate loose in the bonies when you're out there four-wheeling or something. I'm going to just do the one today so you can see. I guess that isn't too disrupted. Oh, I need need a longer socket though. Push my socket right out. Maybe I'm just gonna make it. These sockets are pretty long on their own. What I'll do is I'll pop the extension out of the I said these are different size nuts than the 18s that were on there originally. I guess I could have put those on too, but when you get new stuff, why not use it? Alright. So I put him down all the way. Stud's just about too long. I know what I'm going to do. Of course, it probably wouldn't work on the other one. It would work on this one. And get my regular socket extension that has just a square tip on it. Put that on. That won't slip out quite so much. This is a long socket wrench and I'm getting that good and tight. There goes both those nuts that I had before, but that's alright. See if I can get that in there. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, I'm pulling that guy tight. Alright, that's all there is to do on the top. Again, the bottom is a 15/16 from memory. But I did earlier. Suspension. You don't tighten everything up like this until it's sitting on the ground. So I'm just going to bring this guy down because this is a tapered fitting. And leave them like that. Now I do need to tighten this one up. And if I turn this to the right, I think I can get straight in there. Not so much. That looks like a job for Mr. Ratchet. Bob Ratchet. It's bigger than that. What is that? Is that an 18? It's a Bobcat tail. Alright. So, the nut right there on the bottom of this has to be in the way, of course. Can we do the back? Maybe I can do it in the back. Ugh. Come on. I gotta turn the other way. I did find a ratchet that I can kind of hold the bottom with. And I got an open end wrench for the other side. So this is a split clamp, like, so it bolts through here like a pin through a D10 in the bottom of the strut, so she can't come out. Let's see if I can get more oomph on that with this. These wrenches are rather short, so I'll make sure I get that good and tight. Good and tight. Might have to do the old stick a socket in the end trick. I think that's pretty tight though. Alright, that's all there is to putting a new strut in. Just leave that joint a little loose so she can pivot as she goes in. Now when I drop this back down, I'm going to give this a final torque. Pardon me. So that's it. When I put the vehicle down, I'm just going to tighten the crap out of that, because that's a tapered joint, and there's no cotter pin in that. So I'm going to tighten that up probably to 90 pounds. Oh, by the way, when I did these brakes hubs the other day, I said they were 103. They're actually 90 pounds, so I'm going to retorque those too. Alright, that's it for struts.